Hey, everybody. We're back to talk about the ending of
Nearing the end.
football. It's nearing the end. Yeah, we got to come back. We got to recap the
Super Bowl 54.
Yeah, we're going to recap the championship games,
And then we will look ahead to Super
and
Bowl
then
54.
look ahead to the Super Bowl 54, which should be a pretty good Super Bowl. But first of all, we got to talk about the NFC Championship games, the AFC Championship games. We'll start off with the AFC Championship game. Tennessee had a great run.
But they ran out of gas against Kansas City.
They
That's
ran
what
out of
I
gas.
expected.
Yeah, Kansas City just had a little bit too much firepower for them. Mahomes was Mahomes.
As soon as they get rolling, they're just like an ongoing freight train.
They are, yeah. I mean, it was just crazy. Patrick Mahomes was 23 of 35 for 294 yards and 3 TDs against Tennessee's defense, which was shutting down everybody else up until that point. So Mahomes was
Derrick Henry was shut down for most of the game.
Yeah, he had 19 carries for 69 yards and 1 TD. So yeah, I thought they kept him off the field and then kept him shut down a little bit. They played Kansas City doesn't have a good defense though. But they
had enough.
Somehow they slowed down the 200 yards a game rusher. So
I feel like the Chiefs need to carry this confidence up to Super Bowl 54.
Yeah.
I mean, you notice each time they've won in the playoffs, they've been having slow starts.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they got down this game too. 10-0, and then Kansas City
did
went
their
on
usual explosive.
Yeah, they
offense.
went on a 35 to 14 point run from that point on. Yeah, they won't be able to do that against San Francisco. San Francisco's defense is tough, so they better get a good start on this one. But against the Titans, and then props to the Titans. That was an incredible 2-game run there.
Oh, yes, that was fantastic.
That was fun to watch. It was fun to watch.
It's amazing how they, in those 2 games, they just went out of New England in that one game and just gave everybody joy on that one night.
If nothing else, praise them for taking out New England.
And then they just embarrassed the Ravens.
Yes, that was probably the shocker of the whole year was how powerful they looked and then how quick they went out. One and done. Yeah, that was something.
So the Chiefs are your AFC representative.
Yes, and they are good. They're a very good team. So.
Well, you got like Patrick Mahomes as quarterback and Tyreek Hill as the speedster, who's probably faster than a cheetah.
Yeah, that's what the Chiefs have got a lot of different
Travis
weapons.
Kelce. And then you got, on the other side of the ball, I think they've improved on defense this year.
Well, you don't even think about all the other ones they got. How about Sammy Watkins, who was the top wide receiver for the AFC Championship game? You don't think about how about McCall Hardman? You know, maybe
who's their good punt returner.
Their punt returner, who was also a good receiver too. And then you got out of the backfield who could be a receiver, Williams. So.
And also you got on the defensive side of the ball, you got Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger.
Yeah, and he's coming into his prime right now. He's getting a little.
Chris Jones, the interior boulder inside, and then you got Frank Clark, who was acquired from the Seahawks last year, and he's made an impact. So, and also Terrell Suggs is also a good addition.
I was thinking the Chiefs team was in turmoil through the first 8 or 10 games from injuries and people getting hurt, injuries, new people coming in. They didn't really gel until the end of the season, like the last 3, 4, 5 games is when they started to gel. So they're running pretty good right now. They're a pretty good powerhouse. But we'll jump on into the NFC Championship game, which was also predicted. We picked both of these games and we picked them right. Green Bay went into San Francisco.
This is like a Western movie. Imagine one of those Western standoffs where the sheriff points the guns at the bandit.
Yeah.
And then they both fire at each other. They both slowly walk at each other in a slow motion scene.
Yeah.
One of them is shooting blanks, and the other is shooting bullets right through the other guy's body. That's what this game was.
The difference in the entire game wasn't the quarterbacks. It was the running back.
San Fran ran all over the Green Bay Packers.
The 49ers saw a weakness somewhere in the Green Bay defense, and they exploited it. Mostert got 29 carries for 220 yards.
Jeez.
And 4 TDs.
They got either 49ers have a good running game or Green Bay's defense cannot stop the run.
Garoppolo only threw 8 passes the entire game.
He only threw 8 passes. Yep, they may need him to throw more against Kansas City.
That's what I say. Kansas City's defense might want to focus a little bit on
the running game.
Of course, did they stop Henry okay?
Yeah. They
stopped the number 1 rusher in the NFL this year, so but dang, I mean, Garoppolo was 6 of 8 for 77 yards. Their number 1 receiver had 2 receptions for 46 yards. The offense was the running back.
The running game. That
was
the whole offense.
That was the whole offense for the entire game. Where Aaron Rodgers went his typical 31 of 39 for 326 yards, 2 TDs. He did throw 2 picks. But I think he was just trying to catch up so much he took some chances he shouldn't have took.
So to Green Bay, what do we say about this season?
It was another good season, but just not quite. And Aaron Rodgers run out of time.
Just like Drew Brees, they're both running out of time.
Drew Brees is running out of time. Aaron Rodgers is running out of time. If they don't get in there in the next year or two, we've probably seen the last of them. Man, I hate to see those good old quarterbacks go. I still miss Peyton Manning and the fantastic games he would have. Man, but I just hate to see him go. But hey, we now have a Super Bowl coming this Sunday.
But Green Bay, you had a good season. 13-3 is nothing to scoff at.
No, 13-3 is nothing to scoff at. It's a very good season.
You found a running back for the first time in like years.
They lost their offense though. They just couldn't find their offense, and their defense still a little wishy-washy. They need to shore up their defense.
That's what the draft is for.
And get another offensive weapon of some kind.
If you can trade up and get a good player in the draft, or just go to free agency and go wild, then those problems could be patched up.
They need a good linebacker, defensive end, somebody that is scary, somebody that people have to double team, and then they need another offensive weapon.
Especially in the wide receiver position. I mean, can you name anybody other than Devontae Adams on the receiving core?
They got Jimmy Graham as a tight end, but he's not the Jimmy Graham of old. He's the old Jimmy Graham. He's still a fantastic player, but he's not that weapon that you need at tight end either. They could get a really good tight end or another really good wide receiver. I don't know, but they definitely need more threats than what they have.
It's amazing that they went 13-3 with what they had, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It was amazing how they seemed to win 23-21 at the end of almost every single game.
It was like an exercise in just winning ugly.
Yes, they won ugly. They won 13 games, and probably 8 of them were ugly. They just happened to win at the end, which is, hey, that's what counts. Get that W.
So, San Francisco is our NFC representative.
Yeah, so in the Super Bowl, we will have San Francisco, Kansas City.
In Miami for all of the marbles.
Mm-hmm. It looks like we're going to have good weather, which is fantastic. A lot of times I don't like the outdoors Super Bowls because I'm afraid it's going to be raining sideways like it was when the Colts played the Bears. That's the last Miami Super Bowl that really sticks in my head because it was raining and it just wasn't the game that you wanted.
But isn't Chicago used to playing in ugly weather anyway?
Yeah, but not rain. Rain's just not fun football. I mean, it's fun football if you just want to run the ball, muddy, slobber knocker type stuff. But if you want just a nice crisp game, it's just not. But it looks like we are going to have good weather. This is basically a pick'em game. Kansas City is favored by 1.5. It has fluctuated from 1 to 1.5 the last week and a half. So basically a pick'em game.
So, Dad, who do you pick to win the Vince Lombardi Trophy this season?
Well, just on what we were talking about, San Francisco's strength is not the quarterback.
Because the quarterback has just got a really good team around
Garoppolo is a good average quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback. He's not going to win you the Super Bowl.
Game manager.
He's a game manager. He is a game manager. But game managers have won Super Bowls. Trent Dilfer.
With that the 2000 Ravens, who are revered in the halls of NFL defenses.
Yeah, so game managers have won Super Bowls. The 49ers' strength is their defense and their running game.
That's the Nick Saban strategy, as I like to call it.
Yes, your quarterback, as long as he doesn't screw it up too bad, play good defense and run the ball. The thing is, the Chiefs just shut down the number one runner in the NFL for 69 yards. So if the Chiefs can shut down the 49ers running game,
and they can solve that defense that's ferocious,
can Garoppolo
find a way
to win the game? That's the question for me. Can Garoppolo win the game? Now, the 49ers are going to keep them, their defense is going to keep them in the game. But if the Chiefs go on one of those wild spurts where they score 17 points in 6 minutes, can the 49ers respond to that?
Well, they do have plenty of options on the offensive side of the ball,
Kittle may be the best tight end in the game right now.
He is a monster.
He's a monster.
George Kittle, I think he's probably going to be one of my first fantasy choices next year.
If you double team Kittle and put
there's still Emmanuel Sanders
if
there.
you put eight in the box, yeah. But can Garoppolo do it?
Can he work under that pressure of possibly being blitzed? Mm-hmm. They're probably going to throw a lot of blitz packages at him.
Could be.
So this will be Garoppolo's defining moment here.
I said that's why it's a 1.5 point game. Because, man, both of these teams are so good.
Because the past times the 49ers have won Super Bowls, their quarterbacks have stepped up. Mm-hmm. Preferably Joe Montana and Steve Young.
Let's look at this point here. And 4 times in the Super Bowl history, the history of the Super Bowl, has the MVP, which has normally been the quarterback, has the MVP faced the number one defense. Those 4 games ended up 2-2. So I don't know. That can't even tell you anything.
So
I'm sure there's some stats somewhere that we just haven't looked yet that would probably click it and make you think one way or the other. But honestly,
some may argue San Francisco is the more complete team from how they've played this year.
No, quarterback wise though, I just don't know.
In terms of quarterback matchups, yeah.
If they get behind, can he be that person?
Could he be the guy?
That is my question. Because I know if the Chiefs get down, do you think Mahomes could score quickly if it came down to it?
If you give him time, yes.
So yes, the Chiefs can.
They can score quickly.
Their defense, yes, can shut down a running game. Just proved it with the
Titans.
The question is the Chiefs. Now, Tyrann Mathieu, can he shut down Emmanuel Sanders?
Or could the Chiefs defense make enough plays?
Yeah, can the struggle? Can the Chiefs defense make enough plays to stop the passing game of San Francisco? That's why it's a 1.5 point game, because it's just this
it's a thin margin.
Or this can make the difference. Yeah.
One thing has to give, though. One thing has to break. It just depends on what goes on that Sunday or this upcoming Sunday. One of those factors, all those factors have to come. Every single one has to be in play.
Yeah.
So, with all that said, that was quite a mouthful.
That was quite a mouthful, yeah.
So, who will win Super Bowl 54?
Oh, mercy. On the fact that the Chiefs are healthy and are sort of on fire right now, I was actually looking back at some of the games that have been played lately. The 49ers have had some close games. Kansas City has hammered the crap out of everybody. They even beat New England in New England.
Well, Tennessee did it, so I'm still happy about that game.
Out of the last 7 games, Kansas City has won by at least 10 points 6 of those 7 times. And that's against Oakland, New England, Denver, Chicago, Houston, they won by 20. Tennessee, they won by 11.
And may I mention the interesting coach matchup for this Super Bowl?
Yes. Oh, we can say which coach is going to choke instead of who's going to win.
Because you know which one of the coaches? Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan is the offensive coordinator who choked away the Falcons 28-3. If you didn't know that, he was the offensive coordinator that choked away that lead.
And then we got Andy Reid,
who's choked away every time he's ever been in this situation. So, but yeah, what's going? A immovable object or what? What or unstoppable force? One of these is going to have to win. They both can't screw it up. They can't.
Or it could have. Both of them could screw up and see which one screws up the least.
That may be how it actually ends up. But with the Chiefs running on full cylinders, they just proved they can stop a running game. I am unsure about Garoppolo, and can he do this in this situation against the quality of opponent that the Chiefs are? As much as the Green Bay has 13 wins, the Green Bay is nowhere near the talent. Nowhere near the talent that Kansas City has.
Now,
Kansas City would have beat Green Bay by 25.
Ooh, ouch.
That's the difference in the quality of opponent. So I'm actually going to go Chiefs, 31-27.
Oh, that's an interest. That's actually around the point range that I would pick.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going with Kansas City to win their second Lombardi Trophy.
For the first time in 50 years, Kansas City is in the Super Bowl.
And Kansas City, according to Dad, will win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to know what would have been fun? Super Bowl one, who played?
Green Bay and Kansas City.
And man, if we could have had Green Bay to end the Super Bowl, we would have had a rematch, a 50-year rematch. That would have been sweet, but we don't. We have the 49ers, and the 49ers are a great team. You can't say nothing about them. But I just think Kansas City does what Kansas City needs to do. It may be 27-24 with 2 minutes left, and Mahomes takes it down there and gets that last touchdown and ends the game. But I think 31-27.
So you're telling me that Andy Reid finally will get it done?
Yeah, I know.
After all these years?
I know one thing that the players may not do, though. Carry him off the field. He's a big guy. That might not be good. But anyways, that's it.
Well,
that is the end. We'll come back and do a little recap whenever the Super Bowl ends, just to talk about it and all the stats and from it.
Enjoy the big game.
Yeah, enjoy the game. Eat some pizza, some hot dogs, some wings. Have some fun with friends.
And family.
And hit the like button.
Hit the subscribe button.
Share us with your friends.
Spread the love.
Hit the groovy button over here.
Somewhere on my face.
Other than that, we're out the next week.
See you next week.